Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Yeah, well, from the last two videos really, I mean, one I did last night about being led and talking about, are we any better than Bambini? Well, the answer is clearly no. No. Because he has an inbuilt thing in him where he needs to please, because he's completely reliant upon his human. The one who feeds him, the one who takes him out, the one who gives him lovies and plays with him. He's completely reliant upon his human to get all of that. So therefore he has to do as he's told to a certain degree. He has to make his human happy to be able to get all of that. That's his inbuilt understanding. We have an inbuilt understanding coming from the world that is basically F God. That is our inbuilt understanding, F God. Because that's the understanding of someone who happily goes with life sinning left, right and centre. They don't care about God in any way, shape or form. They don't care about pleasing God. And if you're told, which the church has told people wrongly, that you go forward in a meeting and you're saved, and once you're saved, that's it, you're going to heaven, why on earth would you bother? Why would you bother? You wouldn't. That's the point. I mean, if I was honest about most of my Christian life, and I've said to God, I'm so sorry about what I made of it. I'm so sorry that I didn't realise how incredibly important it was. For all of those years. I didn't understand. I did the same as most. Went to church, and that was it. Signed in for the week. My job done. Been to church, that's it. I've done my Christian deed. Gone to church. But it matters so much more. I mean, I was thinking about it last night. Have I ever seen anyone at all, being led 100% by the Holy Spirit, as a young Christian, willing to go into that sort of degree, being led 100%, only eating when you're told to eat, only going when you're told to go, going left when you're told to go left, otherwise you wait until you're told. Has anyone done that? I think for a very long time the answer is no. I think when it does happen, it's incredibly rare. But as a human with a dog, when you get a puppy, you have to do that. That dog has to be on the lead pretty much all the time to teach that dog those things. To sit when told, to come when told, blah blah blah, etc etc etc. All these things have to be taught. They have to learn this. And so therefore they go on lead, to be led completely. Because they're not able to do it themselves. We don't see that of Christians. We should, because we understand. And again, we come now to the second video. That it is a fundamental how you view God. Absolute fundamental to your belief. Because what's the point in understanding you have to be led by the Holy Spirit if the Holy Spirit is Father and Son anyway? Because then there is actually, as I said before, there is no Holy Spirit. There is no Father, there is no Son. No, there isn't. There's God that's acting as Father, Son and the Holy Spirit. But what is really the situation? It's all fundamental when it comes down to it. Yeah. So, okay, if you understand God as Father, Son and Holy Spirit, if you're going to be led by the Holy Spirit, then you have to be led as a puppy would be led at the beginning, so that you understand what it's like to be led, especially when you're coming out of a world where you weren't led in any way, shape or form. We, compared to Bambini, are like a dog who is completely out of control and needs to be brought under control. And there's never any lead training because we don't submit to it. Yeah. Because we're not taught we should. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's what it is. It's, as I say, it is fundamental, and it does mean so much. Yeah, it really does. Well, as I say, it is an impossibility, really, that both sets of believers are being led by the Holy Spirit while believing in God in completely different ways and having their faith therefore designed by that belief in completely different ways, going in completely different directions. It's an impossibility. Yeah. Yeah. So therefore it means that one section, as I said before, one section is being deceived. If that isn't important enough to stop and spend time with God until you find out it isn't you, then for goodness sake, what game are we playing? I've said this to Jehovah's Witnesses and they don't care. They're just going to keep on going, keep on doing what they're doing in the hope that somehow they're right. But what if they're wrong? All those people go to hell because they're wrong and because they can't be bothered to stop and check with God. Yeah? It's insanity. It makes no sense at all. Not to me. It doesn't. What difference will it make to your belief if you're right if you stop for a while to make sure you're right? It's not going to actually hurt your belief by stopping for a while. But if you're wrong, it could fundamentally change your destination if you understand you're wrong. Anyway, there you go. You take care. God bless. Be a blessing. Be blessed. Bye-bye.